Remember the Tory councillor's wife who worked as a childminder who, during the Southport attacks, tweeted out "mass deportations now, set fire to all the effing hotels full of the B words for all I care. While you're at it, take the treacherous government and politicians with them. I feel physically sick knowing what these families will now have to endure. If that makes me racist, so be it." Now, it's a stupid thing to say, and she shouldn't have tweeted it. However, I think our government struggles to understand that people in this country got very emotional and upset when they see children had been murdered again. So while I'm not defending this lady's comments, I can see that they were made at a time of extreme emotion, and further to that, that this lady isn't really any harm herself. She's a childminder in Northampton. But what do our oh so wise law courts feel is a just punishment for that tweet? 31 months in jail for that. Almost 3 years. Now again, I don't support her tweets and I didn't support the riots. However, it's very clear that this is completely excessive. It makes it look like this is politically motivated. Why do I say that? Well, look at some of these contradictions that political commentator Peter Lloyd has pointed out. 30 convicted paedophiles have walked free from UK courts in the past 2 weeks alone. All had Category A images of child abuse. Lloyd also adds the same judge that sentenced the aforementioned Lucy Connolly previously gave a man 18 months for killing a little girl. He caused death by dangerous driving and served just 9 months. Here's another one. All charges have been dropped over a convoy, presumably from the Religion of Peace, who drove down the road yelling "rape Jewish daughters." Then we have the issue in Manchester with the fellas also from the Religion of Peace who smashed a policewoman in the face and broke her nose. They haven't even been charged. Talking of not being charged, if tweets are so dangerous and can set off riots, then why hasn't founder of Hope Not Hate Nick Lowell's been charged for falsely claiming that acid was being thrown out of car windows at Muslim women? And the BBC lets you know exactly how they think about it when they utilise Connolly's defence's use of the mental health card. In what other context would the BBC allow that to be said? They're always going on about being respectful towards mental health. When you look at this in its totality, it's hard not to assume that our government, our courts and our national broadcaster aren't all heavily politically motivated. After all, the examples I've shown you here are very severe examples of crime, and most of them have got off scot-free. Meanwhile, a childminder in Northamptonshire says something stupid and she's treated like she's the worst of the terrorists out there. Don't know about you, but it seems to me that instances like this are only going to serve to split the country more and more. Lucy Connolly's sentence seems completely excessive to me, and as I say, it's hard to assume this isn't in some way politically motivated. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think down below. Do consider subscribing to the channel.